So let's look at how to make a maths test more accessible for all students, especially learning support students and students that struggle with their literacy. Thanks to Claire, our Learning Centre coordinator, she had this wonderful idea. So I thought I'd do a quick tutorial on how to actually do this. We're going to use two apps today. We're going to use Quicktime Player, and we're also going to use Keynote for Mac. So I'm not working on iPad today, I'm working on my MacBook here. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is open up Keynote. And it's just a blank black document here. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get rid of these two edited fields. We'll bring up our inspector. And on the first document inspector here, we're going to reduce the file size, the slide size to 800 by 600, trying to keep our file size right down today. Then all I'm going to do here is I'm going to drag over a photo of the first question. So that's question 1. I'm going to resize my image so it fills up my document here. And this is going to be question 1, as I can see. Now I've taken a photo of the question of the maths test just to keep it nice and easy. And then all I'm doing now is I'm going to click on it once and I'm going to do a couple of things. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to arrange. Actually, before I do that, I might reduce the file size. So I'm going to right click on my document, reduce file size, keeping it nice and down. It's going to reduce it by a fair bit. And then the second thing I'm going to do is once I've got the right position there, I'm going to lock it so it can't be moved. And the final thing I need to do is create my audio file. Now I've just used QuickTime for this, and all I've done is I've opened up QuickTime here. I've gone to File, New Audio Recording, and that will create my audio file. And I've basically just read out the question and the options in the answers. All I need to do now is I need to find that file. Now I've saved that file over to my desktop, and you can see there that there's a little test file. And I'm just going to drag that question 1 over onto my Keynote, and you can see that it opens up there beautifully there on my page. Now I'm doing this because the Keynote in iPad doesn't allow us to record audio, so I'm doing it on my MacBook to actually show you how that goes about. So that's basically, I'm going to replicate that each time. So I'll just create new. This will be question 2. Now on this page here, if I wanted, I could create a little text box that said question 1, but I can see it here on my picture, and I'm just going to repeat that process. Drag a picture of the question over, get into QuickTime and actually make a second audio recording and drag that over for question 2. And I'll show you in a minute, I'll show you now how that looks on the iPad, because at Matthew Flinders we've got iPads for these students, and so we use WebDAV, and I've been playing around and I found that this is the best way to actually create a little maths tutorial for the students that can independently go through and actually solve the problems, and that doesn't allow then, there's no need for a teacher to actually read out the questions for them. So I'm just going to pause here and I'll show you what it looks like on our iPad. So let's have a look and see how it looks on our student iPad when they open this up. So let's pretend they've just been given the test. They've got the iPad next to them. They open up Keynote. They open up the maths test tutorial. And you can see there that there's no need to even play the Keynote. We've got the question there and we've got an audio file ready to be pressed down the bottom. So the students can go through question 1, 2, 3, have an audio file there to help them. Not only does it read out the question, but it also reads out the possibilities and the answers. Therefore, we no longer have that restriction of students struggling with their literacy and not being able to demonstrate their mathematics knowledge. So once again, thanks to Claire, head of our Learning Centre, for coming up with this idea. Fantastic idea, Claire. And this would be a fantastic little keynote to have for major maths assessments and other assessments too, where the students can actually independently have the questions and answers read to them, hoping, I guess the idea is so that they can demonstrate their full understanding. Paul Hamilton here, Apps by Paul Hamilton, signing off.